And happening today, Springfield Public Schools is looking for the community's help and input in order to construct their 2026 fiscal budget. Western Mass News reporter Taylor Smith joins us live in studio with more. Taylor, what has the school system done so far in order to hear from people?
Well, Amanda, Springfield Public Schools posted a survey on its website, springfieldpublicsschools.com, and they're asking community members to rank several school-related programs and services in order to consider their importance. Now, the survey also invites residents to suggest potential cost-saving measures, and it was developed and implemented at the request of the school committee and will remain online until this coming Friday. Now, take a look at some of the questions on this survey. It asked 6 questions, most of which asking to rank the programs or services in the order that you consider its importance, such as professional development and training, books and supplies, extracurricular activities, and many more categories. And in addition to the survey, the school committee will hold an in-person input session regarding the fiscal year 2026 operating budget tonight at 5 p.m. at Putnam High School on State Street. And again, the survey will remain online until this Friday. For a direct link to access the survey, head over to our website, westernmassnews.com. Reporting live in the studio, Taylor Smith, Western Mass News.
All right, Taylor,